Aloha, my name is Wendy Porter and I am the soul and sass behind Crown for Success and Boss Ladies Mindset, and we are the largest women's empowerment network for soulful CEOs on social media. So if you hear behind me, you'll hear the waves. I'm in beautiful Maui this week and it's just been an amazing trip this week. So I wanted to come on to really tell you guys a little bit more about the RVP opportunity and see whether or not it's going to be a good fit. You definitely want to watch this video from front to end because I'm going to give you a ton of information so that you know more about me, more about my company, more about the opportunity, and we can see whether or not it's going to be a mutually beneficial relationship. So just a little bit of history about me. I was in corporate America for 15 years, building, running, and operating multi-million-dollar businesses. And while it was financially rewarding, it wasn't the most spiritually or emotionally rewarding. I definitely knew that I was meant for more. I just didn't know what that more was back then. And so about 6 years ago, under a lot of stress, I was driving home from the freeway and I had about an hour and a half commute home to and from every single day. And I started having a panic attack. I had no clue what it was at the time, so I completely thought I was having a heart attack. I pulled over on the side of the road and I called my doctor and was like, something's wrong. I think I'm having a heart attack. They had me come in for testing. And through that testing, it was discovered that I actually had cancer and a panic attack. So I was having a panic attack, but I also had cancer. And so I was put in a position where I had to spend about 4.5 months at home recouping from 2 different surgeries and really spend time to take care of myself, which I hadn't done in probably 15 years. I'm a mom of 3, I'm also a wife, and I have 2 dogs. I was always taking care of everybody else, never taking care of myself. And so I was really put in a position where I had to force myself to really have self-care and to figure out who I was as an individual. I knew who I was as a mother, I knew who I was as a wife, and as a successful career woman, but I had no clue who I was as an individual. In fact, when I looked in the mirror, I couldn't even recognize the woman that was staring back at me. Through this self-discovery phase and through this soul journey is what I call it, during these 4.5 months, I really discovered that my passion has always been empowering women. I've always been my girlfriend's biggest cheerleaders. I've always been the go-to person for all my girlfriends, for whether that was advice around their husbands, their relationships, breakups, their career. I was always that go-to person. So through being that go-to person, I thought, what if I, mentored women in some capacity? What would that look like? And I'd heard a little bit about coaching. I was reading this book called Crazy Sexy Cancer Survivor by Chris Carr. Chris Carr is best friends with this woman named Marie Forleo, and Chris Carr had introduced Marie Forleo through her email, and B School was enrolling at the time, and this was about 6 or 7 years ago. And I thought, Marie Forleo, I fell in love with her. She was hilarious. I needed some funnies, during this 4.5 months and during this dark time in my life. So I thought, I'm going to take B School while I have this time, to invest in it. I'm going to do it. So I did, and it was through that process that I thought, I want to become a business coach. I want to become a coach for women. I want to mentor and motivate women to reach their highest potential in both business, but also in mindset, because if your mind isn't right, your business isn't going to be either. And so I wanted to be able to mentor and motivate women how to get there, because I was also going through that journey myself. But then I did what most people do. I went back to work after those 4.5 months, and I sat on my business idea. In fact, I sat on it for like 3 more years because I let fear and self-sabotage take over. And I let that little voice in our head that tells us that we're not enough, I let that voice completely paralyze me from moving forward and pursuing my passion. So regardless to whether or not you decide to move forward in scheduling an interview here with me today, I want you to know right now that you are enough. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe that little voice in your head that's telling you you're not. You are enough just as you are, okay? So moving forward, what I did was I went back to work, let fear, self-sabotage take over, sat on my idea for 3 more years. And then finally it just got to the point where that little voice in your head, the other one that's telling you, you got to do this, you're meant for more, you have to do this, stop procrastinating, that one started becoming really a scream. It became so loud, there were times where I couldn't even sleep at night. I'd wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, write down all my business ideas, journal them all so that I wouldn't forget them. So it really became honestly a nuisance. And So I finally decided, you know what, this is crazy. I'm not getting any sleep. What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen if I just started on the side? If I start a side hustle, what's the worst that can happen? Nothing. I'm not going to lose my job. I can, keep my job. I can keep my security. But at least I'll stop this voice from like screaming every night at me and waking me up and, writing down a million ideas. So that's what I did. I started it on the side. And little did I know that it was going to catapult into this amazing thing that it is today. And so fast. It happened all so fast. It was like a snowball effect. So within 8 months, I was able to retire my corporate America job because I was making more money in my side hustle than what I was making in my 6-figure job. So I was able to retire it and let it go. And I want that for you. I want that for every single woman. And I know every single woman is capable of doing it because if I can do it, anyone can. So I retired my corporate America job. I jumped into this full time, and it's been almost now 3 years that I've been doing this full time, and I'm never looking back again. Today, we are the largest women's empowerment network on social media. We have a podcast. We also have a TV show that's on over 80 different networks worldwide. We also we just wrote our own book. So we are thriving, and we actually grew 200% over prior year, and we expect that growth to be even more this year. The RVP position, I was really trying to figure out a way, how can I pull other women into this opportunity? How can I give them this opportunity that I've been given to create this lifestyle that I absolutely am in love with? How can I provide that for other women? I didn't want to just teach them how to do it. I wanted to help them do it. And through this program, that's what this does. So what it is, it's a 6-week training program that you go through with myself and with my regional vice president. She's actually the vice president now of this division. She started as an RVP as well. So we train you, you go through this program with us for 6 weeks, and we teach you really how to figure out your passion, figure out what your purpose, what that calling is for you. What are you meant to do? What are you here for? What are you here on earth to do? So we teach you how to figure out what that is for you, how to hone in on what that messaging is for you, because for every woman it's going to be something different, because we all have different interests, we all have different passions, we have different experiences in life. So we teach you how to figure out what that is for you and how to craft it in the most powerful and impactful way possible, and then how to get it out to the world, and then also how to monetize it. Because if you're not monetizing it, then really it's just a hobby. It's not going to be sustainable long term. So we also teach you how to monetize it. And we monetize our messaging through coaching services. In fact, our coaching services range anywhere from $47 all the way up to $45,000. So that's how we monetize our message. And we teach you how to do the same thing. So we teach you how to monetize it, and then from there, we also give you the opportunity to get visible with us. So once you graduate from the program, you have the opportunity of becoming visible on our platform. You have the opportunity to get your messaging out to the world, to our over 1 million audience. You have your opportunity to do that on any of our social media platforms. You have your opportunity to do that on our TV show, on our podcast. You can blog for us as well. So if you're a writer and you love to write, you can blog for us anytime that you'd like as well. So once you graduate, it opens you up to this massive audience to get yourself visible and to get your messaging out there. So it gives you major visibility that you probably aren't going to get on your own. The second thing that it does for you is that it gives you internal and external opportunities as well as commissions. So you get paid commissions, 40% commissions on anything that you sell under our umbrella. Those $47 packages all the way up to $45,000 packages, if you sell those, you earn 40% commissions. Now, don't let that scare you, because sales is not a requirement. You don't have to sell. That's not what this program is about. If you want to sell, you're more than welcome to sell. A lot of our RVPs do, because they believe in our products and services, and we also teach them how to sell from a soulful place, not from a sleazy, cheesy, used car sales guy kind of place. We don't believe in that kind of selling at all. So we sell from a soulful place, and we teach you how to do that too. The next thing that it does is it gives you internal and external opportunities. For instance, I'm a blogger. I'm also a public speaker, but I'm at my capacity for blogging. I don't blog anymore. I can't really do that. I don't have the bandwidth anymore. But rather than pass those opportunities down, what I do is I pass them on to my RVPs. So instead of turning down Huffington Post, I'll pass it on to my RVPs. So I now have RVPs that are blogging for Huffington Post, Thrive Global, Consumer Health Digest, and other major publications. Same thing with public speaking. Rather than pass those opportunities down that I can't attend or be at, because again, I can't be everywhere. I do have 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a husband. So rather than turn those down, I pass those opportunities on to our VPs as well. So I let them take that opportunity and to do that public speaking event. So a lot of our women who are public speakers are now doing public speaking events nationwide. So we do our own event once a year where it's all of our RVPs who are doing the public speaking at our event. So it's a one-day event, and our RVPs do all the speaking there. So that's another opportunity. Then the next thing we have is also Meetup Group. So we started that this year. So you have the opportunity to have your own Meetup Group in your city if you choose to. So these are just some of the opportunities that we have available. We also wrote a book, and we plan on writing at least 1 to 2 books per year. So we now have 12 different RVPs that were writers before they came in, and now they're also published authors because of our book. That's another opportunity as well. So tons of different opportunities. That's just external opportunities. Doesn't even include all the internal opportunities that we have available. I have 3 different RVPs that are running their entire own divisions now, so they get a portion and a percentage of the entire division, not just the 40% sales, but also the entire division. So I have 3 RVPs that are doing that now. I have RVPs that are doing guest blogging for us. I have RVPs that are doing expert segments for us in our coaching programs, our bigger ones. I have RVPs that are doing accountability coaching. I have RVPs that are doing Instagram coaching. They're earning income from us. I have some of them now that are on, salary type of positions. I have RVPs that are doing virtual assistant work, other ones that are doing account management work. So tons of different RVPs that are doing different things, and that opens you, once you become an RVP, you get first dibs on any internal positions that we have available. So we do have RVPs that are doing lots of different internal things. In fact, 99% of our internal positions are filled by our RVPs. So that's another opportunity. But I would say above all of that, the biggest and the most important thing is that it is the greatest accountability and support system that you'll ever be a part of. We are an amazing group of women who just genuinely have come together to help each other succeed in business and in life. I mean, that's really what this is ultimately about. It's about being sisters to each other and helping each other succeed. And that's what we do. We're there every single day. There's not a day that goes by that we don't chit chat and talk to each other on WhatsApp. We are there for each other every step of the way. I have women who become best friends and travel the world to see each other. I have other women who are doing projects together and working on businesses together. I have women who opened up businesses together. I have women who are writing a book together right now. So these women just genuinely want to see you succeed. That's what this is all about, is we push each other. We're each other's biggest accountability system and support system. And entrepreneurship, I know, can be lonely, especially when you're doing it online. It could be a lonely place. You're never going to feel that way when you're with us. This is truly a sisterhood of women who want to see you succeed. We help each other in each other's businesses. We help each other in each other's lives. We share best practices. We cry with each other. We laugh with each other. It is just a phenomenal group of women who just genuinely want to see other women succeed. And that is, I think, the most important part of it. And it's the reason why we do interviews, because we know we've got something special. We know there's a reason why 99% of our RVPs see so much success in this role and also in their businesses, because we know we've got something special. We know there's a reason why, there's over 12,000 people who apply for this at any given time. And then we do over 500 interviews every time that we open enrollment to select 30 to 40 women to come on board with us. We've got something amazing here, and we know we do. And that's the reason we do the selection process, because we want to be selective of who we bring in with us. I feel like that is very important. In fact, I still do interviews myself because I feel like it's that important that we are selecting the right women to come into this program, because we know we've got something super incredible and super special. So if this is something that you are interested in being considered for, I invite you to go ahead and schedule an interview with me or with my regional vice president, VP of this division, Jahan. So you'll interview with one of us. You can schedule by clicking the link, but before you do that, there are a couple more things that I want you to know. When you go to schedule your interview, you will be asked to pay a $25 totally 100% refundable fee, okay? That fee is just to make sure that you show up for your interview. It's helped us reduce our no-shows from over 50% to less than 10%, because your time and my time is a precious commodity. And I don't want to waste yours, and I don't want you to waste mine. So there is a $25 fee to schedule the interview, but you do get that back. Whether you're selected or not, you get that back. It's 100% refundable. The next thing that I want you to know about is that should you decide to move forward with us, and should this be a good fit on both ends when we do our interview, and if you're selected, there is a monetary investment involved in this program. And the reason that we did this monetary investment is because we tried to offer it for free a couple of years ago when we first started it, and it honestly just didn't work out. It attracted the wrong mindset. It attracted women who just were not ready for that up level. They weren't ready to take the opportunity seriously, and that's okay. Not every woman is going to be ready. That's perfectly fine. We're not judging that at all, but it wasn't right for this position. It wasn't right for this program, because we knew we had a special program. We knew we could do something amazing with this program if we had the right mindset to take this position. So adding the monetary investment really helped us to kind of weed out the people who weren't as serious and who didn't take the opportunity as seriously. Because the bottom line is, when there's skin in the game, we all play at a different level. It's just human nature. When there's a monetary investment involved, we take it more seriously. We take it more seriously. That's just human nature. So once we added that monetary investment, it's truly what's catapulted the program to what it is today. It's a reason why we do have a wait list all year long. It's a reason why, because we see so much success. It attracts women who were ready for that up level. They were ready. They just needed the support, and they needed just a little bit of resources to get them moving. But they were ready. They came ready. And that's what we're looking for, is we're really looking for women who are ready for that up level, who are ready to hit the ground running. You know, the women who are ambitious, that are self-driven, those are the type of women who do really well in this program. So if that is you, if this is speaking to you, then I do invite you to go ahead and schedule your interview with myself or with the vice president of this division, Jahan. One of us will be interviewing you. That is the entirety of the program. If you're interested, go ahead and schedule your interview. You'll be interviewing with me or with Jahan, and I look forward to speaking to you.